Welcome everybody, I'm Jem, you're watching Jem's Creative Space, and welcome to the first video in the project for Creep on June. Now, Creep on June 2025 is a collaborative project being run by Tracie Fox, and if you check out the description box below, I will put a link to Tracie's channel there where you can find out all about this project. But in a nutshell, Tracie has got together with a whole load of other collaborators who are going to be producing a video a day for the month of June, showing how they're using this beautiful kit that Tracie has created. So I thought I'd give it a go. And one of the reasons is that I've never used a complete printable kit before. I've used elements that are printables now and again in projects, but I've never used a whole kit. So I thought this would be a really good opportunity to give it a go. And the topic this year for Creep on June is the Nevermore Ledger. So lots of Edgar Allan Poe references in there, which is right up my street. Okay, now I'm playing catch up a little bit because I was away from home for the last 2 weeks on holiday with Mr. Jem, and in a couple of days' time I'm away again. I'm taking my mum away for her 80th birthday for a few days, so I'm cramming a bit in between. Now I've managed to get all my printing done today, and as you'll see, we've got this beautiful kit is in 4 parts, and these are the pages. So I have printed these double-sided, and these are on, I've printed on 120 GSM. It's quite a nice thick paper. Unfortunately, I couldn't figure out how to get my nice new printer to print borderless, so one of my tasks today is to sort that out. But that's the pages. And then we have the bases. I think there's about 39 of these, and they're all different. There's some great little quotes on here. You can see this one: like a ghastly rapid river through the pale door, a hideous throng rush out forever and laugh but smile no more. And I believe these quotes have come from the works of Edgar Allan Poe. So there's a whole load of different bases there which we can use. And then there's the ephemera. Now I have to say I haven't printed all of the ephemera because I don't know whether I will use all of it, but I can always come back and print more. But look at these beautiful, beautiful images. And my mind's already ticking with all the things that we could do with those. So there's those, and then there's these, and there was 2 pages of these images, and as you can see I've printed one lot A4 or letter size, and then I've scaled the others to half size. So I've got a bit of selection there of different sized elements to use. Some more beautiful images there. And then the 4th part of Tracie's kit is a selection of games. So some spooky kind of games here, and I have printed some of these. I haven't printed all of them. As I say, I can always go back and grab more as I want them. So that's where I'm at right now. My job today, as I say, is to trim all the white borders off these pages and get these pages created into a journal, because I'm definitely going to do a journal with these, although I don't believe that that is obligatory. Now I've printed all the pages that look like this, and then there was some more patterned ones which I've printed a couple extra ones as well, and I'm going to intersperse those through the more detailed pages in the journal. So I'm going to go away and trim all the white bits off, and then I'm going to come back and hopefully get the journal made today, ready to start the project tomorrow. Now, I've trimmed all those pages down, and I've sorted them into 2 signatures, and each signature has 6 double 6 folded pages, which gives me 12, 24 pages, so that's 48 ones like this. Okay, which should be more than enough for the month. All right, so that's my pages folded into 2 signatures. I have got a whole load of these envelopes. These envelopes measure, they're 12 3/4 inches by 9, and they're a nice thick manila envelope. And I love using these to make soft cover journals. Let me show you. This is one I've done previously, and you'll see that it's got some body to it, but it remains lovely and soft. I really like these. This is my botanical journal. But anyway, so that's what I'm going to be doing. This one, very simple. I've just stitched around the edge. I will put some stitching on this. I'm not quite sure what yet. But basically all you do is you have your envelope in the middle, and you use that as a sandwich, and fabric on each side. Now what I've done is I've measured in 6 inches from each side, and you will see these lines. That gives me a spine of round about 3/4 of an inch. I'm hoping that's going to be big enough, because my pages just sit on there nicely. I like a little bit of space top and bottom, and then if things are overhanging the pages, it doesn't matter, they're still contained. It also gives a little bit of leeway if you need to trim anything off for whatever reason. All right, so fabric. I'm going to start quite simply and see where I go. I've got this lovely open weave. It's almost like Ada, which I would use for cross stitch or embroidery. But anyway, I'm going to line the middle of the book with this, and I've got a similar weave. It's a bit of a closer weave. It's in black, so it's sort of a black canvasy drill almost, and I'm going to put that on the outside. Now I've also found some coffee dyed webbing here, which I think I'm going to use as a tie, as a closure. And I've got some other bits and pieces. I've found this is a cotton mesh, which is actually has come from an onion bag. You can see it's still dropping bits of onion skin there. I'd like to incorporate that in some way, just because I think it picks up some of the colours in the journal really nicely. If it doesn't get incorporated into the cover, I'm sure it will make an appearance somewhere in the journal. I've also got a couple of pieces of eco-printed fabric here, which I may or may not put in, and a piece of silk. So I'm going to go and play with these and create my journal cover. Alright, so I've got my pieces of fabric cut to the right size, and I folded the outside cover just in half for a moment to give me an approximation of size. And when I opened this onion bag out, it sort of fits quite nicely on there. And it's got this circular hole in it, which is obviously where I ripped the bag open to get the onions out. But what I've found is this is a clock from the ephemera kit that Tracie Fox has provided with this project, and what I'm hoping to do is to stitch on the sewing machine around the edge of this so that it sits inside that little aperture there in the onion bag, and then I'm going to apply the onion bag to the front cover of the journal, and we'll see how that goes. That's my plan. It actually worked remarkably well. I had a few misgivings, so I've stitched sort of twice around the edge deliberately, not keeping too straight and just kind of catching all that netting in. So what I'm going to do now is to try and stretch this and place it in some way across what is going to be the front of my journal, and run some random stitching across that. I've attached that, and I've just randomly stitched back and forth across the front there to hold the net to the front cover. So I don't think I'm going to do any more to that for the moment. Anything else can potentially be hand stitched on afterwards. So I'm going to go ahead and put my cover together, and that means sticking this piece to the inside and the black to the outside, and then waiting for it to dry. Alright, so that has dried thoroughly now. It's been left for a few hours drying, and as you'll see, I've used the sewing machine, and I've gone all the way around the edge with a zigzag just to hold that all together. Now, the piece of extra material that you saw me leave on the lining, I've folded in, and that has become a pocket on the back flap. Now, I will be doing more decoration on the front cover here. I deliberately placed that clock below the halfway line because I'm potentially going to do a tie closure on there. I'm not sure whether my original idea of using the coffee dyed webbing will work, but we will see. That can be done at a later stage. For now, my next job is to pop these signatures in, and I'm going to be doing that with a classic 3-hole pamphlet stitch. I'm not going to do that on camera because there are numerous videos showing you how to do that, and what I will do is link in the top corner here one of my previous videos showing you how to make these soft covers if you want more details. So I'm off to do that, and I'll come back and show you once. Alright, so here is the start of a journal for Creep on June 25. I've bound that with the, as I say, the 3-hole pamphlet stitch, and I've left some threads there. I'm thinking of adding some dangles or something onto those at a later stage, and there will be something else on the front of the journal here. But for now, here we go. We have our pages in and our journal created, ready to start adding some of the ephemera and generally decorating our journal. Alright, so I need to go and cut out the rest of the kit now, but I will see you shortly in another video with the hashtag CreepOnJune25, so check out the playlist if you want to see more. But for now, thank you for watching. Ka kite anō.